Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about the new courses, maintenance, repair, and rehabilitation of the structures. The main objective of this course is to understand why maintenance, repair, and rehabilitation of structures are important exclusively for the civil engineers, and to learn common causes of the deterioration in concrete structures and know the different type of the special concrete for repair boxes of using the civil engineers and to study the various entity techniques and production techniques for the structures. Finally, all should know, understand the strengthening, restoration, and rehabilitation practice for the damaged structures. To outline these objectives, we framed for the five modules. So module one exclusively discuss about the maintenance and repair strategies. And module two, main talking about the serviceability and the durability of the concrete. And module three, exclusively for the special concrete. And module four, testing techniques and protection for the various methods. And module five, strengthening and repair and rehabilitation of the structures. So this module five, all the five, we are going to elaborately, we are going to discuss about the various maintenance and types of the maintenance and the classification of the maintenance and how the deterioration happened for the concrete structures and the various repair techniques are used for our concrete and the rehabilitation of the structures and how to strengthen the existing structures. The all entire things we are going to talk about this subject. So today we are going to talk about the module one. So module one, what is that? The maintenance and repair strategies. For in this module, we are going to discuss about the basic fundamental thing all should know about the what is mean by maintenance, repair, and rehabilitation, and followed by the various importance of the maintenance and the methods of the maintenance and inspection of the various concrete structures. If structure is a damage, we need to assess the procedure. We having a different assessment procedure to evaluate the existing structures. And due to some of the reason, the structure may be chances to fail, chances of the deterioration. That is also we are going to struggle. So end of the module, all can need to understand the need for the maintenance and repair and rehabilitation and identify the causes of the deterioration of the concrete surface. So we are going to discuss about this entire module one for this classes. So before going to start the deep, we should know about the very clear the kind of the basic definitions of the three things. One is for maintenance and repair and rehabilitation. Okay. So while talking about the maintenance, it's a regular activities. Like we can say the day by day activities, or week by day activities, or monthly activities, or the yearly activities. Whatever the activities will be followed with regular activities to prevent the damages and ensure in our structure remain in a good working condition entire throughout the life. So example, if you take the maintenance, day-to-day life, the cleaning of the structure and the painting and the various insections, this all will come under the maintenance. So while talking about the repair, fixing the damage or faulty parts of the structure to restore it be a functionality. Maybe some of the reason the structure may be partial or it be collapsed. Using the some of the repair technique should come to the restore the original section to form the functionality. Example: sealing of the crack, stitching of the crack. We can call for the repairing of the structures. So rehabilitation. So restoring or upgrading of the structure or upgrading of the existing structure to improve its condition. Suppose example, now we are started only for the ground floor or second floor. In future, we are going to consider to increase the two more floors. So in those conditions, the column or beam, the existing structure is our strength is not sufficient. So in that cases, we need to prefer for strengthening of the structural member or upgrading of the structure. What is the purpose? To extend its life or meet the modern standards. So some of the example we can take into account the strengthening of the foundation, retrofitting, or seismic safety of the structure. take an example, the seismic zones are revised. Okay, so initially we having a different type of the seismic zone. Now seismic 1 and 2 already they merged. Okay, no, now 2 and 3 and 4 are 5. This is a different classification of seismic zones are available. So what is going to happen if initially we are considered the structure not in the seismic zone, after revising the IS code, it will fall under the seismic zone. The existing structure definitely causes of the damage due to the earthquake forces. So in this condition, what we need to do, we need to strengthen the structural member, either the beam or column or slab, whatever the requirement. We need to identify which structural member is going to the fail because of the lateral forces, that is the earthquake forces. So based on that, we need to strengthen the structure. So this there we can able to come to the for rehabilitation or restoration of the structures. Okay. So next, why the importance of the maintenance? If you not maintain the properly, what is going to happen? So what is that? The first one, the safety point of view is very important for the maintenance. So regular maintenance, whatever maybe the building or structure or company, whatever maybe structure we need to do for the regular maintenance, the building remains safe for occupancy. It should be a feel, it's more comfortable. The people become more comfortable. When your people living into inside the houses or company or working in the long form of the industry, the people need to occupants need to sophisticated occupant need to be comfortable. So maybe it involves checking the structural issues like a cracks or leakages or any damages caused to poses risks. For that, very important regular maintenance should be required. So keeping everything is a good condition, so helps avoid the accidents for the industries and ensure the secure environment. As people are working in the industry or people are staying in the home, they need to feel more secure in their occupants. So it should, for the safety point of view, for importance is important for the maintenance. The cost saving. Okay. Addressing small problem in early. Suppose leakage is coming or small crack is available in the structure. If not taking care of the early, what will happen? It is cracks should be action. The leakage also be started to action. So definitely it will be causes to more causes, more damages. So for repairing those type of the damage, it is like for more costs. So what we need to do, addressing small problems early, we need to rectify as early as possible. So it's a prevent the from the turn into the bigger or expensive repair. So this helps us save money in the long run, but avoiding the costly emergency fixes or extensive damage. For that the cost saving purpose, regularly we need to maintain our structure. The longevity, to maintain the building systems exclusively for the plumbing item, then HVAC and electrical and all other item ensure the functional well for the many years. That we can call about the durability of the structures. So this helps avoid the premature wear and tear of the structure and extending the building lifespan. So everything, apart not only for the structural, we need to look into for the plumbing item, electrical item, that also need to maintain the properly day by day or week by or month by. We need to properly maintain. Then only the structure will be durability. It is going to for longevity of our life. So property value, yes, my construction is over after 25 or 10 years or 15 years. I started to looking for the sell or I going to for rent. So that is the property value increases if you properly maintain. If not maintain the properly for those building, what will happen? Automatically property value will be decreases. So the well-maintained building, the hold or increase its property values. When you are going to look at the sell or rent the building, it's a good conditions will be more attractive for buyers and tenants. So for that attractive, we need to maintain the property. How to maintain inside? Not only for inside, periphery of the our building also, or 3 years once or 5 years once we need to paint. For any dampness will be there, we need to rectify, or any leakage will be rectified. The cracks, the thermal cracks, whatever maybe thing we need to rectify, we need to good maintenance of the building. Then only we can property will be increase for those types of buildings. So energy efficiency. So regular maintenance helps ensure the things with insulation and windows and HVAC systems are working efficiently. So this is reduce the energy consumption. That is, power consumption will be reduced and help the lower heating and cooling cost, making the building to more energy efficient. So health and comfort. Okay, definitely. If you see the some of the building, if you see the during the rainy season, all the water can be stagnated in the periphery of the homes. Okay, immediately mosquito will come. The people we can able not comfortable properly, and also some of the health issues will be occur. So what we need to do? We need to do the maintenance properly for the entire periphery of the houses. Okay, so proper maintenance ensure the clean and comfort environmental for occupants. So, for example, they maintain the air condition, the AC, and heating system and water supply system, keeping the buildings pleasant and live walking. So, while ensuring that it meet the health standard properly. So legal complaints. So building must be meet in local building codes under regulations. So before going to start the construction itself, we need to maintain the proper code and practice a legal complaints. Okay. So if you suppose example, if you urban area, if you see the all the buildings, they won't give the proper gap between the adjacent buildings. Okay. While doing the maintenance, we can't able to move along the our homes. Okay. So that much of the congested the people are constructed the work. So before going to the context, so what we need to adhere the legal compliance, building codes and regulations we need to follow. So including for safety and environmental standards also. So regular maintenance, they help ensure that building stays in the compliance and prevent the fines or legal issues. So aesthetical appeal is looking about the appearance only. So well-maintained building is a look better on both inside and outside of the building. The regular you need to clean and paint and repair whatever may be the small crackers, even the hairline crackers also the appearance will be good. So that also we need to clear building look fresh. So which can be to more inviting the attendants and the customer of the visitors. Okay, I'm going to give the for the attendants of the people. I'm going to give the rental purposes or I'm going to sell the purpose. I need to maintain the properly for painting and clean everything. Then only my property will be doing this. That is already we discussed with the point. So, what is the facet of the maintenance? Okay, so facet of the building maintenance that is crucial also be keeping the building in the optimal condition. So, how we are going to keep it in the optimal condition? That having a different variety of the maintenance to be keeping the building in the optimal conditions. Okay, so one is called the preventive maintenance. All we know the the preventing is better than a cure. So, before coming to the any of the damage, we need to clear it. That is called the preventive maintenance. So, it's a regular inspection and serving to avoid the major issues and prolong the life of the system and components so for need to go for the preventive maintenance. And the corrective maintenance, if any of the structural or electrical or plumbing works damage needs, we need to fix immediately. After they fail, they ensure the building remain functional and safe. Once we rectify, it should be functional. Then routine maintenance, it's an everyday task to maintain the cleanness and functionally and the comfort of the environment and comfort of the people we need to do, such as cleaning and replacing the light bulb and maintaining the plumbing. So it's a regular activities, it's not in the home, but it takes the more apartments or the building in urban areas, in city areas, and industrial. These are routine or regular maintenance should be required. Then structural maintenance, this is for our civil engineering point of view, ensuring the physical integrity of the buildings, including the repair of the foundation, or roof, or walls, and windows. Whenever having occasions of time, we need to move the periphery of the houses. We need to check properly how the foundation is looking, how the walls and columns and beams are looking. If any minor or cracks or any damage, immediately we need to repair and it will come to the original position. And electrical maintenance, the ensuring electrical system are be safe, should be efficient, including the wiring system, lighting system, and circuit brackets. Everything is under control. Everything should be maintained. When it will come to the maintenance, we need to maintain the properly. So plumbing maintenance, apart from the electrical, for plumbing also keeping the water supply and drainage system in good condition. Some of the most of the building, if you see the water leakage will come and the tap will be leakage will come. That is will be more dampness, will be more ugly. People won't comfortable with the properly. Okay, that leak and blockage and water damages everything will be happen. Then maintain the heating and ventilation and air conditioning system will be ensure comfort and good air quality. Okay. Fire safety maintenance. So if to the industrial or any large scale of industrial, the fire safety maintenance is very important. Okay. So ensuring fire alarms, if any small smoke will come, we need to give the proper alarm system, then only people can able to move out. Then sprinkler system we should to keep, then fire extinguisher and fire exist and functional and compliant with the safety regulation, everything need to maintain. That is going to be fire safety maintenance. So these all will go. Okay. So landscape maintenance, when you see the building and inside the corridor and also we need to keep it, the landscape is a beautiful subject. Okay. So caring for exterior grounds and including the lawns and trees and parking lots and drainage system to improve the aesthetic and to prevent the flooding, we need to keep it as a landscape maintenance. Uh, Security maintenance to ensure the security systems such as the alarm or cameras and the clocks are functionally properly, protect the building HVA occupants. So these called for the facts of the maintenance. Next, we are going to move over for the inspection of the concrete structures. So various aspects of the inspection for our existing structures. The inspection of the critical part of the building maintenance, it helps identify the potential issues before they become of the major problem. If any cracks or any damage will be occur initially, we need to take care immediately. If you leave like that, what will happen? It will go into the major problem, major issue will come. Sometimes the entire structural components going to fail. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to inspect properly. We need to identify the properly. Okay. Then we need to rectify immediately. So various aspects of the inspection is a focus on the different parts of the building system and ensure everything is functionally and properly and safely. So, what is the first one is a structural inspection to assess the integrity of the building structure, maybe the foundation, walls, and the roof and support system. So, the integrity of the building structure. So, what we need to do, checking the cracks on the wall or foundation when you're moving the building or when you move the houses, we need to check in the walls any cracks are available, how the foundation set during rainy season basement, what will happen, or if any signs for a settlement, any cracks will be there, water damages that may be affected for the structure, because when you're constructing in nearly waterlogged areas or near river area, maybe chances the water can able to penetrate into the foundation, maybe settlement will be happen. Okay, so for that, and we need to identify with such an inspection that we need to process. Okay, next inspection we need to take for the electrical inspection. So to ensure that the building electrical system are safe, efficient, and up to the code requirement. So inspecting the wiring, the wear or damages, if you long years, more than 15 or 20 years, definitely some of the wire get be damages. Okay, or any initial shock, the building will happen, the power fluctuation. Okay, maybe chances to will be happen. For that, no, definitely will be chances damage will be wiring systems. So during the inspection of the electrical, that we need to take and then to remove, especially when your rainy season, maybe shock will be happen. So checking the grounding issues and ensuring electrical panels are accessible or functioning for in our building systems. Yes, of course, the plumbing is very important for in home. The water supply and drainage system is functioning properly. We need to prevent the leakages and blockages, any of the sewage or any other things, blockage. We need to remove water damages. Okay, so checking the pipeline or leakages in our home. If you see the sink or in bathroom, sometimes the leakage will happen. Okay, if you not prevent you for leakages, it will lead to more damages, more leakages will be happen. So for that, checking the pipe and the leakages that immediately we need to rectify. So inspecting the water heater and testing the toilet and the functionality and ensuring that sewage system will work and efficiently. So these are need to come under the plumbing inspection. So HEB AC inspection. So that means the heating and ventilation and air conditioning system and functionally properly and efficiently. For it, we need to provide the solar system that we need to keep it in properly, and ventilation system and air conditioner. The air conditioning system are 6 month once or yearly once we need to proper maintenance should be required. We need to ensure that function properly and efficiently. For instance. So checking the air filters, of course, in air conditioner when you are using 6 months once, when you're sucking the AC, definitely the filter will be damaged. It will be more dust will be found that we need to clean properly. So inspecting the ducts for dust will become and testing the thermostat settings and ensuring that heating and cooling system are running at optimum levels that we need to maintain the properly. The fire safety inspection to fire safety system in the place will be a functional and compliant with the local fire safety regulations. So fire safety having a different rules and regulations that we need to adopt it. So what is the to testing the smoke detectors? No? Sometimes when you're putting the industry area or an auditorium or cinema theaters or like that, we having a smoke detectors will be there. If sudden smoke will come, definitely give the alarm. That we don't know because or 2 months or three months when we need to check whether the smoking detectors are working or not. Or inspecting fire extinguisher. Of course, when you are buying the fire extinguisher, maybe expiry date will be changes. Maybe 1 or 2 years will be expand that will to work. So each and every we need to keep in the proper calendar activities to maintain the power extinguisher and checking the fire alarms and ensuring the sprinkler systems are working properly in case of the any fire is started. That so everything we need to monitor for fire inspection. So roof inspection, yes, of course, as a civil engineering point of roof is a very, very important. That's one of the structure to assess the condition of the roof and prevent the leakage or water damages. Okay, the roof is topmost of the layer, it will be flat or slope, whatever it may be. If small cracks will come, definitely water start, maybe chances to penetrate into the surface. When water entered into the roof surface, definitely chances to be corrosion of the reinforcement. Okay. So before that itself, no, we should avoid water damage or water leakages in that. So checking the damage of the roof and sign of the wear or roofing of the materials. Okay, when your year is increasing more than 20 or 25 years, the top of the roofing materials started to wear. Okay, that means top most of the cement paste or mortars coming out. So definitely chances of the water penetrating in the roof condition. So when we are seeing the wear, when we start the maintenance properly. So ensuring the proper drainages and inspecting the any structural damage or leaks are available, then we need to take care. Then security inspection, the building is be secure and protected from unauthorized access or theft will be there. That's why now all the houses and industries they're going to keep it as in the alarm or cameras, whatever maybe things you have to do. So pest control, yes, to detect the prevent from the pest infestation that can damage the building and poses of the health risk also. Too. Some of the pests maybe chances in the home. With that, we need to control the pest control. Okay. So looking the sign of the rodders and termites, definitely the termites, no, it will come. Many of the if you're not using the properly, termites will occur in the wooded areas. Checking the cracks and the gaps where the pest might be entered and inspecting the waste and disposal areas of the cleaners. So we need to check properly for the pest control. We need to see the assessment procedure, the MA procedure, how we need to, because without assessing the existing sector, we cannot able to take the repair strategy methods. So we having a different evaluation assessment procedure. That procedure we need to follow before going to be taken for repairs. Okay. So evaluating the damage structure is requires systematic assessment procedures. Okay, to ensure that safety is maintained, that extent the damage will be understood, to an appropriate step to be taken, repair and restoration. For that, we need to follow the standard assessment procedure for the damages such as. So initial safety of assessment, when you are having a building or old damaged building more than 50 or 70 or 100 years the building, we need to take for assessment we need to take care. Okay. So what is the initial step? The initial safety assessment step. So what is the purpose? Ensure that building is safe to enter. First of all, we need to enter those type of the existing building. People need to scan to enter the building. That much of the damages occur for the building. So there is no immediate risk to occupant or workers. The people need to feel so comfortable when you people are entering into the that places. So action, what you need to do, conduct the visual inspection from the distance to identify the obvious sign of structural instability. What is instability? What is it? Leaning of the walls or sagging of the roof or structural failure of the column or beam, that and that we need to look it from the through naked eye itself. We need to maintain the proper distance. We need to look at the structures. So any immediate risk will happen or not before going to enter into the process. To ensure that any hazardous materials available for asbestos or chemicals are identified, that we need to hazardous materials available. Once the initial safety assessment is over, then visual inspection through naked eye we can need to see. So identify the visible signs of damage or potential area of the concern. So what we need to do if any damage will be happen, what we need to do? Building exterior and interior for the cracks are available, deformation and other visible damages, and focus the key structural components exclusively for the wall, beam, column, and the roof. These are the structural components we need to look at. Look at for the sign, any water damage or any leakages or rust formation or corrosion or metal components or anything is there, we need to observe properly. Check the misalignment or uneven of the segment of the foundation, especially for load bearing walls or beams. So this is the only physical inspection. Just walk through in our inside or exterior the building. When you're moving the building, we need to check in the interior, exterior, any cracks are there, any deformation, any visible damages, maybe structural and non-structural elements will be there. Apart from that, during causes of the water damages or any rust or corrosion maybe occur in the structural damage, that we need to look at, especially for the foundation settlement and load, especially beams and walls, we need to look at. So these are the visual inspections. After the inspection is over, what we need to do? We need to maintain the proper record documentations. Okay, so whatever observed for the during the visual inspection, that we need to record. So record the type. What is a type? What is a crack? What is the extent of the crack? Is it dynamic or active or crack? And the location of the damage, where it will be located. Okay, the beam or walls, whatever may be. That we need to locate the damages. Then for future reference and planning, okay, once a document is visual inspection is over, we cannot able to go the authority person, we cannot able to say in orally. We need to documentation properly. Maybe or may not be, we can come or not get to come in the future. So for coming to the other person also, we need the proper documentation we need to keep. For that purpose, we need to provide proper documentation for entire things. So what is it? We take the detailed notes once enter into the damage structure. Each every point we need to note down the properly, and wherever having a possible, we need to take the photograph of the damage structure. If you find any small crack, we take the photograph. Any deflection with that is also we need to note. And sometimes, using the different colors and the paints, we need to mark the cracks, maybe the active crack or passive crack, that also we can able to observe. That is also we need to mark it to the different color systems. Okay. So measure the size and location of the cracks, horizontal crack or vertical crack, diagonal crack, active or positive cracks, any other damages visually. Everything we can able to documentation is properly. So label the areas to be affected, just to be north wall or second floor beam, some notation. So we can able to give the one or two, whatever symbols we can do. Then only we can able to easier identification during the repair of the system. So we need to structural analysis. Once the documentation is over, next one we need to structurally we need to analyze the entire structure. Evaluate the impact of the damage, building structural integrity. We need to evaluate how much of the damage will be occur in the particular type of the building, whether small or medium or extended. Then we need to give the proper clear-cut view to the people. Then only we can go to for the repairing techniques. So detailed structural analysis using the energy engineering methods, or we having a lot of software is be available to identify the structural analysis, determine the damage components of the building stability. So check the load bearing component exclusively for the beam, column, and stand for the strength and the functionality. To assess the foundation of the signs and a settlement or a cracking, that would be indicate that deeper structural issues. Non-destructive testing technique is a very important technique to assess the existing strength of the concrete, or if you want to know about the what is the type of the reinforcement used, we can able to anything using the NDT technique, we can able to find out the existing structures. So using the advanced technique to evaluate the internal condition of the material, we if you take the any beam or column, what is the concrete, any honeycomb is be happen, or steel is the corroded or not, what is the diameter of the reinforcement used without any damage, that everything using the NDT technique we can able to find out. So using the different NDT methods are available: ultrasonic testing, X-ray, detect the internal cracks and voids and weakness in the concrete and steel and other materials. Rebound hammer testing will be there. Ultrasonic pulse velocity will be there. These are the different NDT methods available. Without damage is tested, we can able to access the concrete structures. Okay. So rebound test to assess the strength of the concrete, and moisture level and using moisture meter is available. Thermal imaging to detect immediately water damages. Okay. These are the things using the NDT we can able to access the structures. So material testing. So analyzing material properties of damaged component to understand the severity of the deterioration. Okay. So take the samples of the concrete or steel or wood and other material, laboratory searching purpose. There we can able to conduct the compositive strength or tensile strength or chemical analysis test we can able to do. So what are the building materials we can able to use for those, we can able to take into the laboratory or field test also, we can able to conclude the material testing. Okay. So assess the quality of the materials and determine if they have been weakened by the environmental effect, because of the aging also maybe chances, or corrosion maybe damage, everything we can able to assess the material testing. Load testing to verify the structure can safety carrying the internal loads after the damages. So after damage also we need to verify whether the structure can carry the loads structures. Okay. So perform the load test on the specific components, the beam and column are for these are the main members to carry the loads. So this we need to take care whether the entire existing structure member going to take the loads or not. To evaluate their strength under the control condition, to apply the known weight or forces and monitor the structure or the movement or deformation, anything happening or a failure is happening, everything we can able to identify. Consultation and with your structural engineers, everything is be over. We need to discuss about the concern with the structural engineers. Get expert input of the severe damage and recommend the repair strategies. Everything is we need to work out it properly. Then we need to discuss with the consultant with the structural engineers. These are the damage will happen. We need to recommend the proper repair strategy methods. Based on that only, we need to go for the management. So share the inspection data, whatever the data we taken, already everything we know done, and we having a photograph and all the documentation should be there. Analysis result with the structural engineers. The engineer will assess whether the damage or cosmetic. Yes, if they compromise the building in the structural safety. If you're having a more damages, maybe chances will be total building should be we need to in disaster. Okay, so that is also we need to take care. So engineer maybe propose the design for repair and recommend for the various strengthening measures to take, then only building can able to survive. So after that, the risk assessment to evaluate the potential risks posed by the damage and determine the structure safe for the occupancy or use. After repair also, maybe the occupancy will be safety or not, that we need to evaluate. Assess the potential further damage or collapse or safety hazards, maybe falling debris or electrical hazards or gas leakage or which chances, that is also we need to evaluate. So determining if the damage are likely worsen or over time due to the environmental factors, that is the weather condition or continuous use. So repair for reinforcement planning. So develop a strategy for repairing or reinforcing damaged structure to restore the safety and functionality. So prepare a plan based on the extent of the damages, including methods of the materials or time frames that is we need to use. So decide whether the full replacement or reinforcement necessary or partial be sufficient. That we need to look at the properly. See, reinforcement totally damaged, we need to totally need to replace the reinforcement. Or what we need to do is 70% will be there. We need to go for the rebar strengthening materials. We having a lot of rebar painting or of FRP is available. We can able to join, and we can new steel reinforcement. We can able to weld it. We can need to increase the strength. So that under the structural, we need to discuss with the structural engineer properly. We need to take care before going to implement over the image edits. So replacing the weaken beam or adding the reinforcement or cracks walls. These are difficult. We ensure the repair meet local building code and safety standards. Whatever repair method we are going to implement with respect of the structure, everything meeting the local building codes and also the standard structure. The final review or monitoring. So ensure the repair are carried out properly for buildings and the building remains safe for the future uses. Ever carries over whether the building going to safe is going to carry a much load, future uses also nothing going to happen. Everything need to review properly. So monitor the building after repair to ensure the damage does not be occur. Conduct the follow-up inspection after damage. Also, we should not leave immediately. Properly, we need to assess the calendar activity. We need to assess the damage structure repair and check the new signs of the damage will be happen or not. We need to monitor properly. Documentation, entire evaluation process. We need to properly documentations. Action taken, what you're doing, and repair made, and everything need to documentation properly. So prepare a detailed report of the building damage and inspection method and the test the result and repair plan and complemented repairs. Everything need to maintain. Share the report with all the stakeholders, including building owners or insurance or regulatory authorities, even with our local peoples and everything need to share the report. So this is a small thing. So this is a total entire assessment procedure. This procedure helps ensure the damage surgery is evaluated thoroughly. Okay. So allowing the for the informed decision making regarding the repair and the safety measure. So proper assessment and a timely action are crucial for maintaining the safety and integrity of the building. So when you are going to assess the building or the damaged building, these are a common procedure from the 12 steps. No, we have discussed that the steps we need to follow before going to any actions. Yeah. So what we are talking about, that is the entire thing. Just we have started the flow chart. First, what we need to physical inspection and study all the documents of the area. We including we need to note down all the cracks and we need to take the photographs also. Then need to for estimation of the road acting on the structure and estimate the environmental effects because of the environmental effects, any causes or any damage is going to happen on the buildings also. So all those things we need to diagnose. Then we need to do the exploratory analysis. Yes, diagnosis is confirmed. Yes, things confirmed. Again, we need to go the steps. If diagnosis is not confirmed, yes, physical inspection, material test, we can able to conclude the building is very safe. If diagnosis confirmed only, we need to what we do? We assess the structural adequacy is required. For that, what we need to do, we need to conduct for a load test and also we estimating the future results also. Okay. After that, we need to take care of the choices of courses of action what we need to do. So these are the flow chart to procedure for assessment of the existing structure before going to start the paper. So assessment procedure to evaluating damage of the following step we need to follow properly. Okay, physical inspection of a damaged system. When you damaged system identify, we need to go look into the physical inspection. We need to through naked eye. We need to go to the visually or cracks as any corrosion or electrical failures or plumbing failures or foundation settlement, any beam, column, slab failure. Everything we need to look it properly only for a physical inspection. So after physical verification, whatever we observed, we need to prepare properly documentation, including the photographs. Okay. So collect all the samples and carry out the test both in situ as well as the laboratory. Some of these tests we can able to conduct in the site itself. Some of the tests we need to conduct in the laboratory. We need to collect all these samples. We need to take care of need to test for the both in situ as well as the laboratory. Study all the documents, including structural aspects. What are the structural beam, column, including the FAT cover, clear cover, reinforcement, concrete materials. Okay, everything, each and everything we need to study properly and estimate the load acting on the structure. So we need to calculate, no, what are the loads are acting on the structure. After repairing, also we need to estimate the loading of the structure features. Estimate the environmental effect, including soil structure interaction. That is also we need to. So what are the environmental causes to damage of the structure? That is also need to study. Now we need to diagnose all those things. When you are discussing about all this, we need to diagnose. Once the diagnosis is over, we need to take the preventive step, not causes of the further damages. So we need to take into the account for the respiratory analysis. So get the diagnosis be confirmed. Once it's diagnosis is confirmed, we need to for assessment for structural adequacy, estimation for the future use of the particular structure, and remedial measures necessary to strengthen and repairing of the structures were required. And post repair evaluation and through the test after repair work is over, on post repair evaluation test also we need to conduct, because people need to comfort, we need to life further lifespan should be increased. Further we need to take some of the test post repair evaluation test to confirm the structure will be safe. Load test to study the behavior of the structure. Choice of course of action for the restoration of the structure. These are the steps. This is taken into account. Assessment procedure for evaluating the damage of the structure. So next, last topic, we are going to discuss the causes of the deterioration. Deterioration is the failure of the structure. What are the reasons? Many are the reasons we can able to taken into the count for the deterioration of the structure. Small things to the big things. But we are going to discuss about the only for few things. What is the deterioration? How the deterioration is happening for the structures. One main for the design as well as the construction follows. Design of concrete structure governs the performance of the concrete structure. Well designed and a detailed concrete structure will show the less deterioration. Vice versa, if you not designed properly, if you not detailed properly, then deterioration will be more. Okay. So in the comparison with poorly designed and detailed concrete in this similar condition. Now, beam column joints are particularly the problem in affecting the concrete, because when compared to the beam and column is separate, the beam column joint is a very vulnerable point of view. Okay. So, for detailing and placing of the reinforcement are done properly, definitely failure will be occur. So, what is the design error? Poor design detailing, so beam or column or slab or foundation, whatever may be, poor detail reinforcement detailing, poor section, the cross section area, beam cross section area, slab or column cross section area, poor section. The moment cannot able to resist the particular section, maybe chances to be failure. That is also taken according to design error. Insufficient reinforcement. When you design the beam or column, whatever it may be, as per IS 456, we need to calculate the number of reinforcement required. That we need to properly maintain. If not insufficient reinforcement provided, definitely that's going to failure. So inadequate provision of the deflections, inadequate provision of the drainage, insufficient of the travel in the expansion joint, incompetent of the materials, and total loading, including temperature and shrinkage loading and analysis design. These are called for a design errors. What is the construction error? When you started in, doing the construction, some of the error going to that is also maybe chances to failure of the structure. Adding the water to concrete, then improper alignment of the formwork and improper consolidation, improper curing, improper location of the reinforcements, the premature removal of the formwork, setting of the concrete and setting of the subgrade and vibration, fresh place of the concrete. These are will come to the construction errors. So both design error and construction is a very important causes of the deterioration. The next, environmental effect. So micro cracks present in the concrete are the source of access to moisture and atmospheric carbon dioxide into the concrete, which attack the reinforcement reactive various ingredient. Example for alkali aggregate reactions. Okay. The chloride attacks. These are the things. This environmental effect near the industrial area. The chemical may be chances through the air and water mix. So maybe chances through the failure of the structures. So in aggressive environmental, the concrete structures will deteriorate very fast, and strength and life of the concrete will be severely reduced. Use of the poor quality of the material. Yes, of course, no. Material is very important. If using the poor quality of the material, damage will be occur. The quality of the material we use in the construction should be ensured by means of various tests and distributed by IS code. For testing of the material, we have a different type of the IS code. In IS code, is giving the more provisions and rules and regulations, everything that we need to follow properly. Alkali aggregate and sulfate aggregate result in the early deteriorations. Clayey materials in the fine aggregate may be weakened, and the mortar aggregate bond and reduce the strength. So these are the things, no, causes of the deterioration. This is called a mind map. Generally, what we are discussing, and I think just put up the one slide, all can easily understand this is called a mind map. So yes, initially we are discuss about the what is the maintenance definition, repair and rehabilitation, and we are discuss about the different type of the maintenance, maybe fact maintenance, factors of maintenance, preventive maintenance, and predictive maintenance. And latterly we discussed about the different classification of the maintenance, corrective as well as the preventive maintenance we are discussed, and what is the importance of the maintenance, why we are doing giving the more importance of maintenance, especially for the safety purpose and durability and cost saving techniques. To enhance the performance, for that we need to do for the importance of the maintenance. And we are looking for inspection of the concrete structures. Why we need to inspect the concrete structure? Because regular inspections are required, visual and instrumentation and documentation will be required, and monitoring performance. Next, we are discussed about the inspection of the concrete structure. Regular inspections are required, and visual and instrumentation, documentation and monitoring the performance will be required. So evaluating the damaged structure, we are discussing about the detailed condition survey and damaged extent survey, load carrying capacity, and environmental factors. And we are discussing about the assessment procedure for a damaging structure. Initially, we need to conduct the visual inspection, and we need to conduct the various tests, especially for the non-destructive testing and load testing, and restorative analysis. After that, we need to diagnose the confirm. Once diagnosis is confirmed, we need to identify the proper repair methods we need to follow. Then finally, we are discussed about the various causes of the deterioration, especially for the chemical attack, corrosion of the steel, freezing and turning a cycle, overloading, poor construction practice, cracks and leakages, the design and construction error, everything will be followed. So entire thing we are discussed in the module 1, that is called maintenance and repair strategies. Okay. So these are the things of the module 1 we discussed about things. Thank you for the learners. Just we are discussed about the module 1, what are the things required. Next class we are going to discuss about the next module 2. So that is a very important topic we are discussing very soon. So thank you once again who are personally listen for our lectures. Thank you very much.